All right, today we are out at Skyline. Finally made it out. It has been one hectic week. We got two sick littles at home. Little Bennett had like a 101 to 103 temp for 4 days, but it finally broke yesterday, so it's coming down. And Declan's just super congested. I don't know if he's sick, but no temp, but just a lot of mucus and phlegm in his throat, or in his nose, so we're trying to help him make sure he breathes smoothly and easy. I'm gonna get out this morning just for a couple laps and just get the bike on the track, since I haven't ridden on the track yet, and coming off of like no sleep basically, so this will be interesting to say the least. But yeah, we'll get out here at Skyline, put in a couple laps, and see how the suspension feels with a little bit of track time here. All right, let's see how this goes, huh? First laps on my 2023 Gas MC250. We may have to play with the suspension a little bit today, but we'll see how I can get warmed up a little bit. Go on the vet track. See if I can still kind of roll through some of those inside lines. Probably not, but that's okay. I mean, it's got nice snap. So light, holy cow. stiff throttle swing. Initial impressions, basically the front is so much lighter than the gas, and the two-stroke free coasting on the rear is just a lot different too, so it makes the front end feel even that much lighter. I'm just having to modulate the front brake a lot less, with a lot less pressure than I did with the 450. So coming into a corner on the 450, I would literally pull front brake probably 2 times harder at a minimum. This one I just kind of float on it to try and tuck that front end, otherwise I start diving. So suspension's not as bad as it felt out at Little Jim, just for that little outing. It feels like it has good hold up, pretty supple through the stroke, just a lot more movement than I'm used to compared to the 450, which was a lot stiffer setup and a lot more hold up in the upper portion of the stroke. This one seems to be going through the stroke more, which is probably better. I'm just not used to it at all, so having to adjust there and get used to the little bit of the squirrely rear end too. But bike feels fine. The gears are real short, just feel like I'm firing off second, third. So we'll put in a couple laps and see how she feels. We'll try to do a couple more laps here. Adjusted my idle screw a little bit so we can not die. sped up the rebound. For all of you guys that know the tricks of suspension, when I'd land a little long, I'd get a little bit of a bounce back, like a springy bounce back. And so I'm gonna, I guess you stiffen up the rebound. We'll try that out. I did 3 clicks, which is a lot. See if it fixes it.
So I'm gonna wrap this up with a little bit of a revised review, I guess you could say, and I'm exhausted. We've got a 6-week-old at home and our 2-year-old been sick with over 100-degree temp for like 4 days. Finally kind of coming out of that, but he's throwing fits. So apologies, I'm on running on like a few hours of sleep last few nights, and it's like 11:30 at night before we go to bed. So today we got to ride this bad boy here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and update. If you didn't see my initial impression, I rode the bike for about maybe 20 minutes off-road at a local play facility, played dirt bike spot, Little Gym in Emmett, and was not impressed with the bike at all. I was actually really frustrated. And today I took a lot more time. I'd actually talked to the guys over at MX Tech who did the spring inserts for the front forks, and everything should be pretty much where it is. And so I just had to play with the adjustments, actually get used to the bike. I've been on the Gas 450, the 2021 that you guys had seen on my channel before, for over a year now, and that thing had WP kit suspension front and rear with the spring cone valve conversion up front. And from what I understand, or what I guess I would collect or gather from this, is that I was running stiffer setup than, or valve stiffer than what I probably should be for my weight. And so this one's actually, the first time I rode it, I was complaining a lot about the front end being way too soft and just diving, plowing through the stroke all the way through the bottom. And today, as I got on the track out at Skyline in South Boise area, CUNA, I got more comfortable with the bike. The front end is insanely lighter than the 450 felt. So, and I believe that on average, the MX Tech inserts are about 3 pounds lighter than your traditional spring conversion kit. So that's a big difference. And it's a 252 stroke, so it's lighter all around anyways. So going into the corners, I just had to stop pulling the front brake so hard. I was so used to pulling the front brake on the 450 with so much pressure because of all the inertia of the bike and just the weight of the bike, that it took that much pull to get the bike to slow down. But I realized real quickly after maybe a couple outings, couple laps back to back, that I could just touch real lightly the front brake on this one, and man, it just sets up in the corners and dives in nicely. And the bike is so light from lean angle perspective, left to right, over the 450, obviously, that it just, it corners impressively well. And the chassis is forgiving. I didn't have any issues with bottoming. I launched some stuff just to kind of play with it. And initially, the first few laps I had, you'll notice in the videos, first I had to get used to the front brake setting and get that sorted out so that I would use a lot less finger brake pressure. And then after that, had to play with the rebound. I had to speed up the rebound. I actually sped it up 3 more clicks than it was, just because when I was landing off some of this stuff, I would land and then it would kind of bounce back up, and it wouldn't just sit when we landed. So I sped up the rebound. Thankfully, Clayton told me to speed it up, don't slow it down. And it worked out amazing. So I ended up, every time I'd land now, it would stick and just kind of stay where it was when we landed in the stroke, and wouldn't be bouncing me back or unweighting the front end or the bike awkwardly. So now I have a whole new perspective. Really enjoyed the laps today. I haven't ridden for about 7 weeks, aside from the 20-30 minutes I rode out at Little Gym, which wasn't really riding. I was just kind of getting out. So, take that with a grain of salt. But I think my lap times, I'm going to do a video compare video on lap times with the 450 and this, just from today alone. I'm not even really comfortable on this thing yet. And see where I'm at. I think, surprisingly, my corner speed on this thing feels so much faster because I go into the corner a lot easier, and I'm standing up, halfway through or 3/4 the way through the ruts more than I ever did on the 450. So that feels great. I'm shifting a ton more on this bike, of course. That's just to be expected. And, going from 2, 3, 4th geared back down to 3, 2, sometimes 1 and some of the really tight stuff. And so getting used to that, trying to find out where that sweet spot is in the power, and maybe the Electron carb would help or something to smooth it out. But I really enjoy the bike and it's been fun. I might get a little bit bigger brake lever, brake pedal. This one feels really small and I'm having trouble finding it sometimes. And then the shift lever also feels like it's a little short inside, so I might want a little bit wider out. but I'll give it a couple more rides, let my body kind of adapt to it first. But yeah, overall, 2023 Gas MC250 with the Traxxer shock and the MX Tech kit, spring kit. I think it's the Lucky insert kit in there, not sure. But yeah, it feels great. It's been pretty fun to ride, and I look forward to riding some more laps. So keep watching for videos and updates on this bike. It's been pretty fun. Get out, something different. Always like changing things up. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, and if you are, like and subscribe, and thanks for the support a ton. Check out my Instagram page, Ginger969, for just kind of other stuff as well, pictures and other little videos. And hopefully you guys enjoy the videos. Thanks a lot.